Hello everybody. Quick video about installing the brand new site template from Drupal.org for Drupal CMS called Haven. I'm John from Freelock, and I am here to show you a little bit about Drupal Flake and how using open code and an AI agent framework can really streamline and help you install things that you don't know how to do already. So starting with what we're after today, there's this brand new site template called Haven, and as you can see, it's in a beta release here, and there's not really any instructions for how to use this. So I have a project called Drupal Flake, which is a full development environment, and one of the things we recently added to it was a skill for AI agents to understand how to make use of it. And I've spent some time making it so that it's fairly smart about finding and installing other different ways of installing Drupal and getting started. So to get started, this does depend on Nix. A flake is basically a construct for Nix, which is way too much to go into here, but we'll be blogging and doing videos about it going forward. Determinate Nix is a version of Nix that has flakes enabled, so this is probably the quickest way to get started. This is a command line environment. We're talking about command line coding agents here. And so this would be the place to get started so that you can use the Nix Drupal Flake that we are working on. The coding agent I'm going to be using here is called OpenCode. This should also work with Claude Code, which a lot of people are familiar with. I, as an open source advocate, am always looking for open source alternatives for things, and I've run across OpenCode, which plugs in and still uses Claude and other models, but it allows you to use just about any model you want, self-hosted or through another service. And so to get started with this video and do what I'm doing, you do need to have both Nix and OpenCode installed. But that's basically it. We're going to basically pull down Drupal Flake and use OpenAI to install the Haven site template. Let's see how it goes. So first step is we're going to create a brand new directory for it. I'm going to just call it Haven since that's what we are installing, and I'll change into it. This is brand new, nothing in here at all. So the first thing we're going to do is initialize the Drupal Flake project. To do that, there are instructions on the home page. We'll probably be doing this a little bit more soon, but it's basically this command right here will pull down, as long as you have Nix installed and Flakes enabled, you can just run that command and it will basically pull down Drupal Flake, which isn't very big, so it happens pretty quickly, and it gives you a nice little instructions for how to use it. Now I'm not in the dev shell right now, so basically this is there, but to actually use it, you normally use Nix Develop or DirEnv to get it to auto load. We're just going to start right in with OpenCode. So I've already configured OpenCode with a bunch of providers. So I have connected it to Claude, I've connected it to Copilot. I've also have OpenCode Zen, which is their own service that lets you pick from a bunch of different models. And so let's just see what some of the models are. Now the free, if you sign up for OpenCode Zen, there's often LLMs that are entirely free that you can select and use. These are the ones that I've recently done. OpenCode Zen looks like has 3 free models today. I have not heard of any of those. We might choose to give one a try. There's access to Claude, GLM, GPT, Gemini, Minimax, all through OpenCode Zen. If you connect it to Anthropic, then you've got all the Claude models available, and that can use an API with credits that you purchase directly from Anthropic. I've also hooked up to Copilot here, which gives access to a lot of the same models. which almost seems like the most cost-effective way from what I've seen for using these. There's Google directly for all of the Gemini models, and again, I authenticated my account. And here's OpenAI, ChatGPT. So all these models are available. What should we pick? Should we try a free one? I've had great luck. My favorites lately have been either Claude, Opus, or Sonnet, and Kimi K2 have been, or 2.5 has actually been my favorite recently. It's a fraction of the cost of using Claude, and it's been pretty effective. So why don't we just go ahead and run with that. So here we are at the open code prompt, and we basically want it to install Haven for us. It knows a lot about how to install Drupal thanks to the skill that's in the Drupal Flake here already. And so let's just say I want to try out the new beta Haven site template for Drupal CMS. And let's just give it that prompt. It doesn't take a whole lot of detail for it to figure it out. It's found the skill, and it is going through and setting up what it's going to do, and it has some questions for me here. So would I like to accept these defaults? Project Haven, it's generated a port number. Drupal Flake can run multiple times as long as you pick a different port. What version of PHP, and in this case that all looks fine to me, so I'm just going to hit enter and let it proceed. So it's creating a .env file, which is what Drupal CMS uses, or what Drupal Flake uses to control its visibility. And it's building the runtime environment so that it can start up Nginx and PHP and MariaDB database for Drupal. And we can look at more details. And so it looks like it has already pulled down Drupal CMS, but it hit a problem. Problem being that the Haven site template being beta is depending on a beta version of Drupal CMS. And it looks like it's already figured that out and set it to allow unstable modules to be installed. So now it's running the Composer update, proceeding with installing the site. And this can, the Composer part of this generally runs pretty quickly, but the installation can take a few minutes. So there, it looks like Composer is done, and it's starting up the development environment. So this is starting up MariaDB, Nginx, entirely hands-free here. AI is doing all the work. It's checking to see, so there's a number of helper commands that the Flake environment provides, and the LLM is using those to check on the progress of things. It looks like the environment is up and running, so now it's installing Drupal with the Haven recipe, the site template. It figured out where to find all this and pull it down. It knows about the starting places for Drupal CMS and for Commerce Kickstart, or just plain Drupal core. You can ask for any of those, and it should be able to figure it out and proceed. In this case, I didn't tell it where to find Haven, but it was able to find it on Drupal.org, pull it down, and it is running through the setup now. It's in the midst of installation as we go. This is the longest step, and this always takes, with at least for my machine, it's usually at least 2 to 4 minutes to fully install. It seems to get, it looks like it stalls out at certain steps, but it is doing the actual database install right now. and it's already installed the base system, and it's just installing all the modules that the Haven site depends on. So, time to sit back, drink some coffee, and let it churn away. Now, you can see here, tab for agents. That's changing the agents. Sometimes this will spawn sub-agents, and you can watch their progress on things. One of the things that we can do here is, I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to go ahead and do Nix Develop, which gives me all of the tools in this. And I'm just doing this because we're waiting. This is not something you need to do, but when you do it, you can see that it has the site URL that's specified. We have a bunch of helper commands available in the Drupal Flake. A lot of work I've been doing has been setting up tests and making sure that they're running, especially as we do more AI development. Having tests is a critical thing, and making sure that that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing it completely, documenting as it goes. These are some of the things that we're working on. What I want to check, I'm going to check the PC status here. PC for Process Compose. That may be something we'll be changing the name of in the future. I'm going to get some feedback while I'm at DrupalCon. You can also do a PC attach to pull up a TUI, a terminal user environment, and see the output of the various processes and things as they have run. So let's go back and see if, okay, looks like something has happened. It's finished the site installation. It looks like it's all done. Now, one of the problems that I've hit over and over again is that after the Drush site install is complete, it adds an extra stanza to the database, and that makes it so that it doesn't load the database credentials. So it looks like it's figured that out, and should have corrected the database connection, and I think it is all done at this point. And to finish up, generally it will go ahead and log you into the site. I don't think we have to wait for that. We can go back here and look at our site URL and follow the link in here. Oh, looks like it launched our browser already. So here we go. This is all logged in, and there is our brand new site. Here's Haven, and we can go browse around and see what's in it. Check out the new site template. It can take a little while to load all the images the first time, but those are probably just breaking because I didn't wait long enough before following the link. Here we go, and we can browse around and see the brand new site template. So that's it. A very simple way of getting the Drupal site up and running from basically any template out there that can be found on the web. I hope this was useful, and I'd love to chat more, or leave a comment below if you have any questions, or would like more information or help getting started using Drupal Flake or Drupal CMS. We'd love to talk further. Once again, this is John from Freelock, and thank you for watching our video.